$895 billion on the U.S. defense budget passed by the House of Representatives did not include a provision to extend the Lend-Lease Act for Ukraine, despite the effort of Ukrainian diplomats, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. Oksana Markarova said on December 12th. The U.S. passed the Ukraine Democracy Lend-Lease Act in May 2022, but it expired in September 2023 without ever being used. Ukrainian diplomats have been lobbying for its reintroduction, as it allows the U.S. president to loan or lease arms to Ukraine while cutting through congressional red tape. The embassy continues to actively work to preserve this mechanism, Markarova said. In April, a bipartisan group of senators proposed to reintroduce the Lend-Lease Act through the fiscal year 2026.
The US passed the Ukraine Democracy Defense Lend-Lease Act in May 2022, but it expired in September 2023 without ever being used. Ukrainian diplomats have been lobbying for its reintroduction, as it allows the US president to loan or lease arms to Ukraine while cutting through congressional red tape. The future of US support for Ukraine hangs in the air, as President-elect Donald Trump has already hinted that Kyiv should expect reduced assistance after he takes office in January. From the Kyiv Independent publication,
the future of U.S. support for Ukraine hangs in the air, as the publication writes, as President Donald Trump hinted that Kyiv should expect less support after he takes office. These concerns prompted the outgoing Biden administration to speed up the arms delivery and use up the remaining $4 or $5 billion left in the presidential drawdown authority. Ukraine has enough funds and ammunition to continue resisting Russia at least throughout the first half of 2025, even if U.S. assistance dries up, Finance Minister Serhiy Marchenko said in an interview with El País newspaper published on December 11th. Marchenko's comments come amid growing concern that U.S. President-elect Trump might withdraw Washington's crucial support for Kyiv after he takes office in January.
I believe that we have enough funds, enough weapons, missiles and artillery shells to resist at least during the first half of 2025. This means that at least during the first half of the year and beyond, we will be well equipped to resist this aggression. Serhiy Marchenko, Finance Minister of Ukraine.
The outgoing Biden administration has accelerated its weapons deliveries ahead of Trump's inauguration, announcing an arms package worth nearly $1 billion on December 7th. Washington has provided Ukraine with over $60 billion in arms and equipment since the outbreak of the full-scale war, by far the most important military donor. As the flow of supplies may soon dry up, as Trump enters in full power, U.S. lawmakers requested a trio of intelligence agencies to assess the risks of possible ending support for Ukraine and Russia winning the war, The Hill reported. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump hinted at reducing aid to Ukraine once he enters office. This puts further pressure on Ukraine, which is increasingly on the back foot on the battleground, facing the full-scale invasion for almost 3 years. Lawmakers from both chambers of the U.S. legislature requested the Director of National Intelligence, the Director of Defense Intelligence Agency, and the Director of the CIA to compile a report on different policy impacts on Ukraine and U.S. security, according to the report. Their scrutinized scenarios would include ending or continuing military and economic aid to Ukraine, a Russian victory on the battlefield, and keeping or reworking permission to fire long-range missiles into Russia's territory. Lawmakers also want to know how would Ukraine's defeat on the battlefield embolden other actors like China, Iran, or North Korea. We at UATV can give American lawmakers a hint. Imagine someone breaking into a liquor store, and instead of being arrested by police, he sees that all police does is fears escalation and talks to store's owner to accept a partial loss of his property as a just term of ending the drunkard's criminal invasion. Now, honestly, how you think that would embolden all other drunkards in the neighborhood?